We're talking about broken lines again. This is part 2 of my previous broken lines and unusual lines video. And today specifically we're going to talk about just the broken headline. It's not a very common line, but it does occur on occasion. So I'm going to be drawing here again, showing you what I mean. Here is the normal headline that's unbroken. Rub that out. Meep, meep, meep. But a broken headline can have various different kinds of breaks. Firstly, we're going to talk about the broken headline with an overlap. So if the headline appears to start and then the break occurs, but there's an overlap. You see how they're overlapping? So that's an overlapping break in the headline. So that can be a sign of mental exhaustion, period where a person is just had enough and they can't concentrate, can't think properly. It can show inconsistent thinking, or specifically a period in their life where there's a transformation in life attitude or transformation in the psychological outlook. So for instance, the person may be headed in a certain direction in their life with a certain way of thinking, and some particular event or epiphany or something happened and they suddenly have a change of mind. So overlapping can show a change of mind. Now I'm going to talk about the broken headline with no overlap. So say if it literally has a gap, the headline is broken. You can see there's a gap. That can be a small gap. It can be a wide gap. Obviously, the bigger the gap, the bigger the potential issue. So that can unfortunately suggest an actual injury to the head. Say, you know, if the person had an accident, it can show illness where the thinking has been affected, you know, such as fever, such like that. Look for clues on the nails. There's usually discoloration on the nails for certain illnesses. The lifeline will have markings or other indicators. There may be things such as stars. Say if there's a star there, that might indicate that it's an accident and it caused a problem for a period of time. Also look for potential lines that are protecting it. For instance, a square. A square is not always a perfect square. It's just a mixture of lines. They may be very fine and hard to see, but if there is a square covering that break, that might show that everything's fine, the problem's been avoided, or it's like it being deleted. It didn't happen or won't happen. Okay, moving along, we shall talk a little bit more. These mending sister lines. Mending lines are the squares mainly, but sometimes if the headline is repeatedly broken, sorry, I'm trying to stare at the screen and draw with my mouse. It's not easy to draw with a mouse. Okay, so say if it's repeatedly broken, so it's not even connected. When that happens, that's when you might actually find some fine lines that are connecting it. So there may be, if you look closely, there may be other lines making the issue less severe. So they would be lines that connect like that, little fine branches. They're often quite sort of wobbly, frazzled looking lines. Or again, over the break there might be, it won't be this big, but there might be a square, and that would protect that broken area, making it less severe. So we always take note after the break, what is the line doing after the break? If, say for instance, after this second break here, the line continues nice and clean and clear, that shows good outcome after the break, that there's no problem, or like I said, it's been avoided. Okay, so the repeatedly broken line, what I said is good if there's little connecting lines, but if there's not, that can show a lack of stability in the mind, because the break shows interruptions to the flow of thinking. That can produce a lack of concentration. It's difficult for the person to focus for a long period of time. They get distracted easily. They may have poor memory. They just may jump from even one mood to another, just lack of sort of control of the mind. Basically, mainly lack of concentration. Sorry, that glitch there. It makes sense then that if the line is broken, the thinking is not fluent. If the line is a continuous line, there can be smooth thinking. So not always that the broken line is a bad thing. Like I said at the beginning, sometimes it may be broken by overlapping, and it shows a change in attitude, or it can just show that the person periodically has distractions in their thinking. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to doing more videos for you soon. Bye.